Well, imagine, if you can, the scene. It's the 1930s in a fashionable French resort, and you're on your honeymoon.
Second honeymoon.
Yes, all right, second honeymoon. You left your first husband.
Wife.
All right, husband or wife, about 5 years ago.
On your first evening in the resort, whilst taking a break from unpacking,
Whilst leaving the other one to do the unpacking.
you step out onto the balcony and take some fresh air and listen to an orchestra playing in the square below.
And as you stand on your balcony, listening to a familiar tune,
You notice there's someone else standing on an adjoining balcony.
thoughtful of them to play that, wasn't it?
What are you doing here?
I'm on my honeymoon.
How interesting. So am I.
I hope you're enjoying it.
It hasn't started yet.
No, neither is mine.
Oh my God.
I can't help feeling this is a little unfortunate.
Are you happy?
Perfectly.
Good, then that's all right, isn't it?
Are you?
Ecstatically.
I'm delighted to hear it. Have you a cigarette?
Here.
I'm in such a rage.
So am I.
What are we to do?
I don't know.
Whose yacht is that?
The Duke of Westminster's, I expect. It
No,
always is.
I wish I were on it.
No, I wish you were too.
Well, there's no need to be nasty.
Oh yes, there is. Every need. I've never in my life felt a greater urge to be nasty.
And you've had some urges in your time, haven't you?
If you start bickering with me, Amanda, I swear I shall throw you over the edge.
Try it. That's all. Just try it.
Oh, you've upset everything. As usual.
I've upset everything. What about you?
Ever since that first moment when I was unlucky enough to set eyes on you, my life has been unbearable.
Oh, do be quiet. There's no sense in going on like that.
Nothing's any use. There's no escape ever.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
Do you want a cocktail? There are two here.
And two over here as well.
Well, we'll have my two first.
Shall we get roaring, screaming drunk?
I don't think that would help. Oh, we did it once before and it was a dismal failure.
It was lovely. At the beginning.
You have an immoral memory, Amanda. Here's to you.
I tried to get away the moment after I'd seen you, but he wouldn't budge.
What's his name?
Victor. Victor Prynne.
Mr. and Mrs. Victor Prynne. Mine wouldn't budge either.
What's her name?
Sybil.
Mr. and Mrs. Elliot Chase. God pity the poor girl.
Are you in love with him?
Of course.
How funny.
Well, I don't see anything funny about it. You're in love with yours, aren't you?
Certainly.
Well, there you are then.
There we both are then.
What's she like?
Fair. Very pretty. Plays the piano beautifully.
Oh, well, how very comforting.
So how's yours?
I don't want to discuss him.
Well, it doesn't matter. He'll probably come popping out in a minute and I shall see for myself. Does he know I'm here?
Yes, yes, I told him.
That's going to make things a whole lot easier.
You needn't be frightened. He won't hurt you.
If he comes near me, I'll scream the place down.
Does Sybil know that I'm here?
No. I pretended I had a presentiment. I tried terribly hard to persuade her to leave for Paris.
I tried too. It's lucky we both didn't succeed, isn't it? Or we'd all have jumped up in Rouen or somewhere.
In some frowsy little hotel.
That would have been much, much worse.
I could see us all sailing down in the morning for an early start.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Glorious.
What happened to yours?
Didn't you hear her screaming? She's downstairs in the dining room, I think.
No. Mine's been grand in the bar.
It really is awfully difficult.
Have you known her long?
About 4 months. We met in a house party in Norfolk.
Very flat, Norfolk.
And how old is dear Victor?
34, 5. And Sybil?
I blush to tell you, only 23.
You've gone a mucker, all right.
I shall reserve my opinion of yours until I've met dear Victor.
I wish you wouldn't go on calling him dear Victor like that. It's extremely irritating.
Well, that's how I see him. Dumpy and fair, very considerate, with glasses. Dear Victor.
As I've said before, I do not wish to discuss him. At least I have good taste enough to refrain from making cheap jibes at Sybil.
You said that Norfolk was flat.
Well, that's no reflection on her, unless she made it flatter.
Your voice takes on a very acid tone whenever you mention her name.
I'll never mention it again.
Good. And I'll keep off Victor.
Thank you.
That orchestra has a remarkably small repertoire.
They don't seem to know anything but this, do they? I remember you from somewhere in the time before.
You always had a sweet voice, Amanda.
Thank you.
Look, I'm awfully sorry about all this. I really am. I wouldn't have had it happen for the world.
I know. I'm sorry too. It's just rotten luck.
I'll go away tomorrow, whatever happens, so don't you worry.
Thank you.
I hope everything turns out splendidly for you, and you'll be very, very happy.
Thank you. I hope the same for you.
It really is a very nasty little tune, isn't it?
It's extraordinary how potent cheap music can be.
What exactly were you remembering just then, Amanda?
Palace Hotel skating rink, early in the morning. Strong, bright sunlight. Everybody whirling around in vivid colours. And you, kneeling down to put my skates on for me.
You'd fallen on your tush just a few minutes before.
Yes, and it was horrid of you to laugh like that. I was so humiliated.
Oh, poor darling.
Do you remember waking up in the morning, going out onto the balcony and looking over the valley?
Blue shadows on white snow. Cleanness beyond belief. High above everything in the world. How beautiful it was.
It's nice to think we had some marvellous moments.
Few. We had heaps. Really. Only they slip away into the background and one only remembers the bad ones.
Yes. And what fools we were to ruin it all. Utter fools.
You feel that too, do you?
Of course. Of course.
Why did we?
The whole business was just too much for us.
We were so ridiculously over in love.
Funny, isn't it?
Horribly funny.
Selfishness, cruelty, greed, possessiveness, petty jealousy, all came out of us just because we were in love with each other.
But perhaps they were there anyhow.
No. No, it's love that does it to you. To hell with love.
To hell with love.
Yes. And yet, here we are again. Starting afresh with two quite different people. In love all over again, aren't we? Aren't we?
No.
Elliot.
We're not in love all over again, and you know it. Good night, Amanda.
Elliot, don't! Come back! Oh, Elliot, don't be silly.
I must go and find Sybil.
I must go and find Victor.
Well, why don't you?
I don't want to.
It's shameful. Shameful of us.
Don't. I feel terrible. Don't leave me for a minute. I should go mad if you do. We won't talk about ourselves. We'll talk about outside things. Like anything you like, only just don't leave me until I've pulled myself together.
Very well.
What have you been doing these last few years?
Oh, just travelling around. I went around the world, you know.
Yes, yes, I know. How was it?
The world?
Yes.
Oh, highly enjoyable.
China must have been very interesting.
Very big, China.
And Japan.
Very small.
And India. The Beningars, or Ghats, whatever they are. And the Taj Mahal.
Unbelievable. A sort of dream.
That must have been the moonlight. I expect you must have seen it in the moonlight.
Yes. Moonlight can be cruelly deceptive.
And did it look like a biscuit box? I've always thought that it might.
Darling, darling, I love you so.
And I hope you met a sacred elephant. They're lint white, I believe, and very, very sweet.
I've never loved anyone else, not for an instant.
No, Elliot, stop. We mustn't. Stop.
And you love me too, don't you? There's no doubt about it anywhere, is there?
No doubt anywhere.
You're looking so very lovely, you know, in this damned moonlight. Your skin is clear and cool, and your eyes are shining. And you're growing lovelier and lovelier every second I look at you. You don't hold any mystery for me, darling. Do you mind? There isn't a particle of you that I don't know, remember, and want.
I'm glad, my sweet.
More than any desire anywhere, deep down in my deepest heart, I want you back again, please.
Don't. Don't. You're making me cry terribly. Oh, darling, what now?
I don't know. I'm lost. I'm utterly lost.
We must think. Quickly. Oh, quickly.
Escape.
Together.
Yes, of course. Now. Now.
We can't. You know we can't.
But we must.
It would break Victor's heart.
And Sybil's too, probably. But they're bound to suffer anyway. Think of the hell we'd lead them into if we stayed. Infinitely worse than any cruelty in the world. Pretending to love them and all along knowing we love each other so desperately.
We must tell them.
What?
We'll call them and tell them.
Oh, no, we couldn't. That's impossible.
It's honest.
I can't help how honest it is. It's too horrible to think of. How should we start? What should we say?
Well, we must trust to the inspiration of the moment.
It would be a moment completely devoid of any inspiration. The most appalling moment imaginable. No, we can't. We can't. You must see that. We simply can't.
Well, what do you propose then? They're going to be here at any moment as it is.
We've got to decide instantly, one way or another. Go away together now or stay with them and never see one another ever again.
Don't be silly. What choice is there?
There's no choice at all. Come on.
No, wait, this is raving madness. Something's happened to us. We're not sane.
We never were.
Where can we go?
Paris first. My car's in the garage already.
They'll follow us.
That doesn't matter. Once the thing's done.
I've got my flat in Paris.
Good.
It's on the Avenue Montaigne. I let it out to Frida Lawson, but she's in Biarritz, so...
Does Victor know?
No. He knows that I have one. He just has no idea where.
Better and better.
Oh, it's so bad. So terribly, terribly bad. We'll suffer for this. I know we will.
But it can't be helped.
Starting all those awful rows over again.
No, we're older and we're wiser now.
What difference does that make? The minute either of us gets nervy, off we'll go again.
Oh, stop shilly-shallying, Amanda.
I'm trying to be sensible.
You're only succeeding in being completely idiotic.
Oh my God. I'm idiotic, am I? What about you?
Now look here, Amanda.
No, my God.
Oh, darling, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I won't move from here unless we have a compact, a sacred, sacred compact, never to quarrel again.
Easy to make, but difficult to keep.
No. No, you see, it's the bickering that always starts it. The moment we realise we're bickering, we must promise on our honour to stop the conversation dead and not talk again for at least 5 minutes.
2 minutes, dear, with an option of renewal.
Okay, we'll invent some phrase or catchword which, when one of us says it, it will cut the conversation.
Very well. What shall it be? Solomon Isaacs.
All right, that'll do.
So, come on.
But what do we do if we meet them on the stairs?
Run like stags.
What about clothes?
I've got a couple of bags I haven't even unpacked yet.
I've got a small trunk.
Then send the porter up for it.
Oh, this is terrible, terrible.
Come on, don't waste time.
Well, or we should leave some note or something.
No, we'll telegram from somewhere along the road.
Darling, I can't. It's too wicked of us. I can't.
Now, will you behave?
Yes, but Elliot, darling.
Oh, Solomon Isaacs. Now, come on.
Darling.